I like it.
It's
Cold opening. Okay. Yes, we hit it again. It's the off night. We're going to have a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. It's very interesting. God, I don't know what else we're going to talk about, but a lot of stuff happened this weekend, and USA. Let's get to your host and MC, Mark Sweetman.
all right. Bow. All right.
Wow.
Bow. Anyway, we're here. All right, slow down. Let me get you on here before we start. There we go. Now you can chat.
Boom, chicka, bow, bow.
All right. It's Monday night. It's 8 o'clock. In the East, it's 5 o'clock on the Pacific time zone, and we're Greenwich -5 wherever else you are in the world. So you figure yours out from there. We're here every Monday night. Oh, and we've been doing this now. It says up there it's our 302nd. Let me get that up there. It's our 302nd episode. It's kind of cool. Can I get that on? Did I do that wrong? I'm doing it wrong. Hold on here. Let me see if I can find the banners that I had set up here to use. Here we go. Our 302nd episode. Good to know. I'll put this on at the beginning. I don't know when people join us. I assume that even if they watch this on tape delay, they're watching us from the beginning. So let's get this out here too. This is our click to subscribe right there, youtube.com/@theoffnight. Go ahead there. Go there. That's all our videos that we've been doing on YouTube. And we've been doing this, we're in our 6th year now, so we've been doing it 5 years. And I think the first year and a half we did them on Facebook. It took me a year and a half to figure out that YouTube is a much easier way to monetize this than Facebook. Facebook wants to own everything. YouTube allows you to, you need millions of subscribers to make money on YouTube, but you get a million subscribers on Facebook, they take it all, so. Anyway, so that's where we are there. Let me see what else we got here. Oh, here is my, here's where you can catch all of our streams. That last one, let's go back there. That's how you subscribe and you like the page and you like this show. That's cool. But if you want to see all of them, go to this youtube.com/@theoffnight/streams. That'll give you all the episodes you want to see. I think they do them in reverse order. So we'll have, like, this will be, after we get done with this show, this will be up there first and last week's next, that type of thing. Again, hold on. Let me go back to there I am, host and unqualified tech advisor. So don't take any of my advice about tech stuff ever. I mean, I just don't know. That is my, also on the screen there, you'll see my sidekick, co-host, Raconteur, Man About Town.
Raconteur.
He is a comic. He is an improv player and instructor. He is a Santa impersonator. He is an impressionist.
Impersonator? I am the Santa.
Oh, he is the Santa. Yes, he is.
I'm just on break. Okay,
In some areas, he is.
I'm undercover.
That's right. And he's got. We didn't do this year. Oh, and I had the thing all lined up for it too. Here it is, right here. Where is it? I love this. Here we go. We didn't do Andy's Santa rant like we do every year after you get back. Let me take that back down. There we go.
Well, I have to prepare it first. Anyway,
I think I don't think it changes that much from year to year. I think it's always the same thing.
What's that? The Santa rant?
The Santa rant. You always have to have the don't take the pictures. That's how we make our money.
Oh yeah. Well, okay. All right. All right. I am Santa Claus, but I have a lot of things that I do not like that you people will do when you bring your kids to the set. And it's like, these are Santa rules I think you should follow, okay? First off, there is no ladies, if you're going to come and bring your kid to the set and dress them up, do not come to the set without being dressed up yourself. If you come in sweatpants and then refuse to get into the photo with your kid because you don't want to be appeared with sweatpants, I'm going to take that kid and I'm going to let that head flop just enough. So when he rolls up and he's paralyzed, you got to tell him because you came to Santa set with sweatpants on. Okay. I don't really care about that. All right. Well, the other thing is, I'm trying to remember what the other stuff was.
One of our when I was a kid, one of our mall Santa pictures had my younger brother, Bruce, with his head flopped over because Santa couldn't hold his head up. Right? He was just holding him by his torso, legs and arms and the head were all flopping around.
A mother would come from a mile away to catch that kid. I know.
Yeah, and my mother paid for that picture.
Wow. Yeah.
It looked like Santa committing child abuse. Yeah.
Yeah, and don't bring your teenagers to the set. Don't bring teenagers to the set. Leave them alone or leave them at home. It's legal for us to kill teenagers if they come to the set, okay?
There you go.
You know what's going to happen? They're not going to pay attention to you. They're going to roll their eyes at everything they do, and they're going to try and make it, oh, Santa, this. Get them off the set. They're not there. They're just let them go off, and, just don't bring them. They know they just leave them at home, okay? I wait until
that's the Ash Wednesday version of the Santa ramp plan, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Normally we have it earlier in the year, but
yeah, I got more. I just gotta find it. I'll be right back. I got it on the list.
Don't worry about it. We can do it next year.
Okay.
Hopefully we'll still be around. I'm gonna bring Jason out here for us too. Here he is. Here's Jason Grant.
I will tell you about one thing though that I really enjoyed. Make sure you know that if you didn't have Bluey under your Christmas tree, you failed Christmas. Okay, that's what I'm saying. But the other thing I wanted to say is, I had a cute little girl, 7 to 8. She came up. She asked for a present.
Uh-huh.
I said, "What do you want for Christmas?" She deadpan, looked straight at me, deadpan, and says, "I want a chemistry set."
Wow.
And a few beats later, she said, "So I can blow people up."
Oh yeah, I love that.
So I'm kind of like, I don't know if I should have turned over to the FBI, but she probably would have hired them. So that's
if she had just left out up, I'd have given her $20.
$20.
Oh God!
Hi, folks. Live
I
from my
was
mother's
in a
basement.
shooting
Here we are,
at Victory
7.5 minutes.
I was at a shooting.
7.5 minutes in.
I gotta tell you,
I gotta make up a flashing graphic for that. Something that'll take the time and put it into the graphic.
A flashing graphic, outstanding.
There you go.
Yeah.
A graphic flasher.
I was actually in a shooting at Victoryville Mall.
Yeah.
I want to say one thing, if you're going to shoot somebody over something, don't make it over the tacos. Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Those of you
pop a couple. The girls got in an argument. One popped the other off. It may have been my tacos, but I know it was in the food. The food.
Are you trying to say the mall you were working in was a tough neighborhood?
I gotta tell you, it's a tough neighborhood.
It's a tough neighborhood.
I tell you, every time you shut the window, you hit somebody's hand.
I tell you, I was out there. They were pouring new cement, and I went out there. And I put my hand in the cement, found another hand.
Yeah, there we go. I heard that one. That's cool.
It's a tough neighborhood.
I tell you,
Now,
those guy you got hit by a car. I said, "What's wrong? Are you okay?" I said, "I'm okay. All right." Said, "But you just hit by a car. Hey, it's a light car. Come on.
Now, those of you that are regulars, and we don't have any viewing right now, but so that means if you are viewing this, you're watching it on a tape delay. Because
I'll be rated.
But anyway, we start off the show with Susan's poem, and now our regulars know that Susan has been off the last few weeks, rehearsing on Monday nights for her appearance at Carnegie Hall this summer, June 14th, I believe it is, and Flag Day. And oops, that's not what I wanted. I wanted this one right here because I'm going to read it if I can get it on there. There we go.
Oh yeah.
There we go. So I got her poem. And my teleprompter is working. Hey, Jason, have you had a chance to look at some of the, now that I've made you administrator on the StreamYard site, have you had a chance to look at some of the things you can do with it?
Not yet.
Okay.
I'll do it this week.
All right.
I've got some time off from the track and the Social Security came in and so we're good. I can take a day or two off. And
usually guys your age, as soon as the Social Security comes in, that's when they go to the track. Hello.
Wow. Hey!
Oh,
Yay!
Oh, hey,
Hey.
all right.
bada
All right,
bing.
all
Yeah.
right, this is.
I gotta
Susan
tell you,
before I
the
get-
girl I was with, she was fat. You know how fat she was?
How fat was she?
Whenever she wears high heels, she strikes oil. That's how fat she.
My wife was so fat when she sat around the house. She sat around the house. You know.
I tell you what, my
My wife's so fat. My wife's so fat she has her own zip code. That's how fat she is.
My wife's so fat she drew satellites. You know what I'm saying? You know.
She's connected to a machine that keeps her alive. It's called the refrigerator. Sorry, Susan. We're all going to hell, Susan.
My wife's so fat the moon says, "Come on, give me a break." All right. Here's Susan's poem.
All right.
Oh, here's Susan's poem.
Stripped from the headlines as she always does.
Pulled from the theater of modern day.
That's right. Unprecedented violence throughout Mexico spread. Announcement made. Drug kingpin El Mencho is dead. A man is dead at Mar-a-Lago. Not any fun. Allegedly, he trespassed with a gas can and a gun. Children remain locked up in ICE detention, some longer than 200 days, let me mention. Russia launched more attacks on Ukraine. And Donald Trump's a whiny bitch. He's such a pain. The U.S. Supreme Court said the tariffs not allowed, so Trump had a tantrum, said more tariffs, had a cow. Demoted Prince Andrew, who lost his title back a while, has now been arrested. Can't wait for that trial. And that's Susan's headlines in the news. She'll join us at 8:30, but she does have her rehearsal.
Wow.
Yeah, she'll be putting on a live production of Attack of the 50-Foot Woman.
You know what? Oh, that reminds me. I need to mention right here at the beginning. She went back and watched the show and corrected something I said. We were talking about Valentine's dates, and I said we went out to dinner. We did not go out to dinner. We stayed home and we watched the Olympics, and she made me a sandwich. So
actually, sounds like a pretty good date, truth be told. I mean,
well, I enjoyed it. I like the Olympics. That's sort of a marker for me. I am a senior citizen because I like watching the Olympics. You
know. Oh dear, yeah. Well, you know.
And go. I like it now. I like it now that Peacock did a great job this year because everything they recorded was if you've got the Peacock streaming service, you just go back and watch it in its full. I mean, everything.
Well, now that I'm several thousand years old, I trust nothing. It's all a sham. It's all hooked into sports and big business, and nothing means anything, and no one wins anymore. But I did like the hockey team taking home the gold. So go USA.
Does your inner child want to come over to us for a little while? You know, is that possible?
You know, you're not the first man to ask me about a child, but we're going to go beyond that right now. 8:13, folks. 8:13 and 30 seconds. I don't know. My inner child is still hanging around back in the mid-70s with a Kiss T-shirt, you know, and saying, "No, man."
You got to let him off the rack at least once in a while.
Yeah,
the sun. You know,
I've seen the future. It doesn't interest me in the slightest. It's no fun at all. You know, we've got everything. We have material abundance in a manner and fashion such that even Pharaoh would look at us and go, "Damn, turn it down."
Wow, hey, yeah. take it down a peg, baby.
Yeah, man. You people are just throwing this stuff around. I mean, I'm on my 13th pyramid, but you people, yeah, you've got iPhones that. So I don't know, man. I don't know.
You know who the extravagant ones now are the Chinese.
Yes,
some of the stuff they're building over there. I mean, in other words, we build stuff here if there's a need for it, and you can make a profit. Over there, they build it because they can. You know.
Well, yeah. I would say they're building those robots like nobody's business.
And you should see what some of those robots can do.
Yeah, in unison. I saw like they were doing musicals. I'm really nervous about that. You
know. Well, if they can come out and form the dancing SS dancers from Springtime for Hitler, then
they can.
Then I will be impressed. You know. Yeah, I mean,
why do I have the feeling that there's maybe 5 to 8 cultures that would even get Springtime, would even get that? I don't even think that film is, or that play is, even close to being understandable to probably 90% of the world.
The dear youngins.
Nobody understands the history anymore. It's just like
the ones who are, say, under 35. History is what happened 17 seconds ago. History what has happened in the latest refresh from their latest social media post on whatever. I mean, we might use YouTube or Facebook or the thing. Grandparents like Mark would but nowadays they're on the flavor of the month streaming service, doing God only knows what with God only knows who, and it makes someone who once went to a Ramones concert in '77 in Ann Arbor pogoing at Second Chance to turn around and embrace the remains of my father from beyond the grave, and just look at the kids with utter disdain and go, "You damn kids, you have no idea what you're doing." What you call that music?
I'm old enough to remember the pogo.
Well, I mean, if I could do it now with my bad knee and perhaps somewhat incontinent intestinal system, I could do it, but I don't know that it would end quite as well as I had hoped. It wouldn't be pleasant. That's for certain.
The kids are sentimental about the '90s, you know.
Do it. I was watching the video of four non-blondes doing What's Going On, 1992, and it's like, God damn, yes, exactly. You know, Uber Dyke bands from the mid 1990s. Who? Yes, remember when dykes were fun? I mean, you could go clothes shopping with them. You know, you go get yourself some Carhartts, nice pair of work boots.
Yep.
They'd have their Rottweiler named Daisy.
Mm-hmm. All right, she would drive. Is it their fault that they're so serious now, or is it our fault?
Good question. I don't know. I don't know. But does everyone have to be so freaking serious anymore? I mean, back then at least we had some fun with the whole thing. I mean, what you say, one would say, my parents are coming over, so I got to get rid of all the vibrators and the slings. I like to call it straightening up.
Now, in our day, you remember in our day, the thing you had to do for the parents transversing was you had to get the house cleaned up and everyone out before the parents got home. Remember those days?
Right. Yeah. How about not that you ever did this, Mark, but how about we had to get rid of the bong? Had to get the kind of air the place out a little bit. You know what I mean? Kind of smelled like the devil's lettuce had been burning all afternoon.
Well, I had to be told what a bong was. Okay.
Well, you came from what, Howell or what one of those places that are like not just.
Well, I lived in Ypsilanti from the age of 5 until the age of 16.
Then how did you not know what a bong was? I mean, my Lord, you should have had one as a necklace. I mean,
what's that?
You should have had one as a necklace. I mean, if you
should have had one shaped like the Ipsy water tower.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
yes. I know what the water tower was, man. It was great.
You're just waiting for me to make a water tower remark so that we can at 18 make it another.
I remember when the towers, the towers at Eastern were not built.
Wow.
I watched them get built up.
Wow.
We also saw 2 college students in 1969 have sex outside in front of those towers.
Well, I saw that happened.
Everybody
did that.
That was a third grade field trip.
Yeah, exactly. Well, welcome to the Dr. Timothy Leary petting zoo.
There we go.
Yeah, it just again, different time.
It's a different time, folks.
Different time. But I mean,
remember that those people that were living in '69 are now those 80 to 70-year-old people who are in the retirement homes right now.
Even the straight women in my neighborhood were fantastic. They drive something like a Dodge Dart with a straight 6.4 on the floor, getting rubber in all 3 gears. I mean,
Datsun, Datsun, man.
Whatever, I mean, the
VW, the Datsun, those are the ones, man.
The Datsun B210. I wonder whatever happened to that.
There is. This is. I don't know if you've encountered this or not, Mark. You certainly, because you have younger children or whatnot. There's this sort of millennial or post millennial sort of like gaze from these younger folks who've like been brought up in one child family or whatever, and they're just kind of like slightly out of sync with the rest of the universe. There was a younger person at the gym who damn near killed himself by trying to lift too much weight, and he needed a spotter.
Okay.
And I just simply mentioned to him, listen, if you ever need a spotter, you can ask me or you can ask anybody. Someone will spot for you. Or if you can't find anyone to spot for you, just don't collar your weights, and that way you can dump them one side or the other. And it'll be. And the kid just looked at me with this look of confusion and horror, and it's like, hold on, I'm fully clothed. And we're, this is the kind of thing someone told me that once. Not about the fully clothed, but I mean, you get a spotter or whatever back, because when I came in there, all fat and old and everything, I mean, I could barely lift the bar on I wasn't shaming anyone.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't want someone to like strangle themselves on a barbell that was too heavy,
or break their neck,
Yeah, exactly. And they're just and again, just to kind of get this blank stare back, and not, it's like, oh, okay, sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. Just
I don't know if it's me or the muffler is going bad or whatever, but I can't hear a word anybody under the 24 is saying anymore.
There's a lot of truth to that.
Anyone on the what?
Yeah. Anyone under 25, I can't hear what word they're saying.
Okay. Yeah,
I have a muffler.
I know because 4 of my kids are still under 25. Well,
but
3 of them are under 25.
You're an artist. You're an actor.
That's true.
That's true. They're all artists.
You force them as a child to be able to speak clearly and pour it out. These
all
kids
my sons are over 25 and can now rent a rental car. What else? What else do they get at 25? Only one is left on their parents' insurance. 4 of them have had to get off the insurance. 2 have done it successfully.
$1,000 check now,
Yeah.
Oh shit! I mean, my son. And did I mention about my son's job? His first, he just graduated from Wayne State and he got his first job, and it's with a huge, I think they said the 7th or 8th largest automotive supplier in the world. It's a French-German conglomerate.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the French and Germans have always been friends.
Yeah, well, they have. Well, and here's how international it is. He's working in their Auburn Hills office, and he had a coworker from Mexico come up to train him for his first 2 weeks. I mean, it is a completely global company. I says, well, what? He took German in high school. I go, is that going to help? He goes, I don't know. He goes.
But think about this.
Well,
they have phones that can communicate across the languages.
Yes.
Yeah. I could not know a bit of English. If you work on the phone and just give him directions, he can get it.
Yep. And I've seen that happen in China too. I've seen people go to China and just talk on their phones, and it speaks China to the people, and the people speak China back in the phone, and it comes out in English. So
this is all part of the new world order's plan to have us all speaking one language, and it's all from
Are we going to speak Esperanto?
Yes, exactly.
Remember Babylon was supposed to be broken up. Is that right?
Yeah. Anyone remember Esperanto? I mean,
I do. Well, I don't remember any of the words, but I remember they were going to try to raise Atlantis and teach us all Esperanto. I remember.
The next show, I'm going to be doing all in Newspeak. I want you to use Esperanto. Andy, you pick a language of your choosing.
I'll take Spanglish.
Well,
I'm really surprised Spanish was not the language that dominated other than English, just because, well, this whole hemisphere was Spanish except for the U.S., which was English and French, but everything else is Spanish and Portuguese.
Oh yeah.
Wait, I take it back. British Honduras.
I know Portuguese. Obrigado. There we go.
British Honduras which is now called Belize, was another English speaking, and let's see, Suriname. Those countries down by the guy that killed all his people, the cult, Jonestown.
That was Jonestown.
Yeah, Guyana.
French Guiana. Yeah. There was Spanish Guiana.
There was French Guiana. There was Suriname. All those that weird conglomeration of about 4 countries that spanked. I mean, there was Spanish, there was English, there was French, there was Portuguese.
Remember, there's Dutch. There's Dutch out there.
Oh, Dutch. Yeah, there was Dutch there too. Yeah. So.
Yeah, if you really wanted to hurt someone, you could have put them out in Bolton, North Dakota, out in the middle of a cornfield.
North Dakota. is fantastic because if you want to get language that's from the original country, there's only like maybe 200,000 people in the whole state.
I know.
These little tiny towns, and they have accents from the old country there.
I know. My father, who never set foot in Germany, talked like if Henry Kissinger had banged a farmer lady. That
was your dad. That was your dad.
That was my dad. It was, he had the thickest German accent. It's like, Dad, you've never been further east than Windsor, and that was because they had a sale at the Windsor Ballet.
Yeah.
and
we had the relatives I met that were from the old country. I had a great grandmother who was French. I had a great grandmother who was Irish and Portuguese. I had a great grandfather and great grandmother that were Italian. The grandmother never spoke English at all. The father did to work here.
Yeah,
but the mother just raised her kids, and it was just like in today's home, just like in the Arabic and the Hispanic homes, where the parents need a translator. They call one of their kids into the room, and the kids translate for them. That's the way it was from Italy too, for our family.
Yeah. Well, it just.
But I never got to. They were all gone by the time I was old enough to start learning languages. My mom and my grandpa. It was so funny. The only time they spoke Italian was when they were cussing. So we knew all the bad words.
Well, I like that. That's very Italian. I dig that. That's great. But to speak millennial, forget it. I'm with Andy on this one. I
don't even know where things break. I've heard that 63 is a boomer, 64 is a Gen Xer. Does that sound right?
I mean, you
and then you go to 82 before you get to millennials, and then you go to 2000 before you get to whatever Generation Y.
Yes.
Or are the millennials Generation Y? I mean, it's so hard for me to keep track of this stuff. All I know is that we have got all the money now, and come and get it.
And boy, are they mad at us. The boomers did this, and the boomers did it, and it's like. That's right.
Oh, you want to trade? You want to trade?
Yeah, exactly.
I'll give you my sciatica. Yeah, come on, come and get it.
You don't like it? Too bad. This is the way of the world, pal. No, we all dying soon, anyways. You're gonna inherit most of it. So what are you all crying about?
I don't want to give up my cot.
But the way it's set up, it's not like the government's going to take my money once I'm gone. My kids are going to get it, so they should be,
some of your children are going to get it. You've made that clear that not all of them will share in the bounty.
Yeah.
That at least one is excluded on a rotating basis.
That's right. That's right. Right now, it's Right now, I'm not going to name who it is because
you do that. You spoil
that would ruin the ploy if I told someone.
Exactly. No, this is one of those closely held secrets that you have to. It'll only be revealed after after the funeral when That's why.
If things go according to plan, and I'm planning to live to 80.
Right.
But anything past that is bonus to me. But my dad lived to 77. My mom lived to 79. I live healthier than both of them, so I want to get at least 1 year older than the one who lasts the longest.
Well, I keep having transient Dick Shawn moments, so we'll see what happens.
That's right, you do.
Wow.
Well,
I'm feeling fine.
Well,
I'm going to pay for my funeral with my mug collection.
I get an annual physical. The only problem I have is my high blood sugar. I can't keep my blood sugar down, and I'm taking drugs for it. Metformin. Any of you guys on the metformin?
I'm that guy that's not on any prescriptions.
Well, I've heard, and I talked to. I'm not going to mention the name because it's family medical stuff. But there's another comic who had relatives with diabetes, and they took metformin. And this particular comic was telling me that the metformin, they believe, and I guess there's been some research that led to their dementia, which was another thing that is not healthy for you. It's a brain disease, and I guess the rest of your body can live without a brain doing the functions that dementia or what's the other thing? Alzheimer's takes care of. Alzheimer's is a little bit more destroys your body too. Dementia just is your brain kind of.
Well, I've made it clear to my niece and nephew that they will have to support me. However, when the time comes, they are to use the pillow that I stole from the Sheraton.
I told my
Not the pillow that I stole from the Motel 6, because the thread count is ridiculous. So yeah,
I told my kids that one of them better have a nice cottage on the back 40, because that's why I had 8 kids. I figured that my chances were better for one of them.
One of them
either doing well or marrying well.
married well or did well. Yeah, well, you never know.
Well, my son is going through this management program with Hella is the only name I can think of. It's not called Hella. Hella was the German company. They merged with a French company. I think they're called Favia now or something like that. Anyway, it's a huge international conglomerate, and I fully expect him to do.
Well, I'm sublet through.
I'm hoping
so.
he does. I'm hoping he does. He's already making more money than I ever made, and that was after 45 years of work.
Yeah, that's
plus about 3 good, very cherry years doing stand up when I was making real money.
Yeah. And but they want to complain about us boomers having all the cash, and it's like, excuse me, you guys will be living as holographic projections for 1,000 years.
A lot of boomers though. I mean, it's a generation before the boomers that did all the saving, and they got the money from that. The greatest generation gave it to the boomers, because a lot of the boomers, a lot of their wealth is in their homes.
Right.
And once they say, "What are you gonna? You can't eat your house. You gotta do something with it." And a lot of them are getting these reverse mortgages because they didn't save up enough. Everything is in their home, and that'll get them by, but it leaves nothing for their kids.
Yeah. Well, again, that's certainly not an issue that I'm going to concern myself with, but
both you guys. What am I talking? I
am the president.
Different co-hosts here, or my wife.
I am the president of the local chapter of the Washtenaw County Non-Breeders Society. I'm presently working on our. You might have seen our logo. It's an old person sitting on a bench underneath a barren fruit tree in the middle of an empty field. It's certainly to sort of, emblemize our existence as part of the non-breeder. Although, from what I've heard, from everything, the kids ain't doing it no more, and birth rates are falling through the floor and whatnot.
Just had a discussion with one of my basketball mates online about that. He was complaining that they were showing Pampers commercials in Detroit in Spanish, and I said, well, my response to him was, there's more Hispanic people having babies than white people. And he said, that doesn't sound right. He goes, where'd you get your stats? I go, well, the Trump administration is asking white people to have more babies because the demographic time bomb is starting to tick,
Well, and you are seeing Spanish language baby commercials, so that right there.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking. He was talking about the Pampers commercial that they're
they're not going to be spending the money. They're not doing it in Esperanto, are they? No.
Well, and here's the dumb argument is, one, infants that wear Pampers don't speak any language, so it doesn't matter what language the commercial's in. It doesn't matter to them.
And they certainly can't testify again. Well, I mean, yes, I understand completely.
Can't testify to people. I got it.
Yeah.
Guess who just showed up?
The delightful Miss Susan.
The delightful Miss Susan. All right, now hi. All right, now I got to tell you, I have my witnesses here. I did explain to them that I lied about having dinner with you on Valentine's Day last week. So
it was a mistake.
They're here. Okay, yeah.
It wasn't a mistake. It's a lie. He said it more than once too.
They're just trying to stay in my favor. Thank you, guys.
Whatever.
It's
too
late.
Just such a part of Mark. So, every story he tells, take it with a grain of salt. There's probably some
rub them into an open wound.
Except for the story that one of the kids is not in the will. So that's the only story.
That one we're gonna have to go with that one.
We got to keep that. One.
Which one?
I do that joke in my act where I say I've got 8 kids, but only 7 are in the will, and I won't tell them which one is not. I haven't mowed my lawn for 8 years.
There you go. I was coming back from the garage today and thinking about you guys. It's like you've mentioned before about the parking lot that occasionally, I think
for a while this month we had 2 cars that weren't even operating in that parking lot. Now we only got one unusable car in the lot.
When we bought the house, we liked that it had not just the driveway into the garage, but a whole driveway to the side of the garage.
we could put 2 cars. We could put 2 cars beside our garage, and then 2 cars.
How long before you open, Mark Sweetman's garage, and you tell the kids,
No,
look,
no.
it's
The
a 35.
the city we live
We
in. will
live
never
on a
allow
major road, so the inspector drives by, and then we get a little note on our door because our
Oh
dandelions
dear.
are more than 9 inches tall on the berm.
Yeah, well, they used to wonder why we had so many abandoned vehicles. We had to explain to that it was an art installation, and that
So did you only talk about Valentine's Day, or did you talk about any of the news going on in the world today?
Let me go
Well,
back.
a lot of talk about Esperanto, amongst other things.
Yeah.
And,
we talked about.
Well, they are requiring new CDL truck drivers to only speak in English.
Yeah, I heard that. I did.
Who's requiring
all
that?
those high school kids are going to be really excited to have to go and actually learn English. There you go.
I actually
who's
wrote
requiring
the
this?
poem yesterday, except for then last night.
El Mencho.
All over the news, Canadian citizens and everything going on in Mexico, people trapped. The first thing I saw was, Canadian television, and interviewing Canadian citizens stuck in their hotel rooms because of all the explosions and car fires and things going on in Mexico. So I asked Mark, do you want this also in your poem?
Absolutely.
I got a niece that's actually down in Mexico City. She's working for a company, an American company down there, and she said that this is all. Actually, my brother told me this, that I thought maybe she'd be in trouble, so I told my brother about what was taking place, and apparently she's in Mexico City. So Mexico City is pretty much gang free, because all the problems happening like in the smaller towns around it. The traffic's so bad in Mexico City that there's no way that they can escape. Like I'm robbing the country, they're basically trapped. They'll be trapped in traffic and they'll be caught.
God, I hate it when I'm trying to escape from the police and I'm stuck in bumper to bumper traffic.
There you go.
Well, my son got a new job, and he had a coworker fly from their office in Mexico and spent all last week with him, and then she flew home Saturday. So I haven't talked to him today, but I said you should reach out and make sure she's okay, because I don't know what part of Mexico she had to fly, but she got in on Saturday, so just in time for the riots.
What?
Broke out
I got
Sunday.
another quick story about the Mexico that my niece, my brother let me in on, is that you don't want to drive down there. You don't want to drive a car down there, because if you get in an accident, they arrest both of you.
Yeah.
Take you to jail. Right. Whoever has more money gets out. Okay.
That's a note for me. That's a note for us, Susan. When we travel to Mexico, we're taking Uber.
There you go. God, with weed legal, is there a reason to go to Mexico anymore? I mean,
I guess
there's good shopping in Tijuana. I've been there.
Mm-hmm.
I think Mark got a haircut down there.
I got a haircut down there one time.
Yeah,
that's
all right.
It was nice because I spoke a little bit of Spanish. I don't even think I remember as much Spanish as I used to know. I understand it. You got to be careful speaking Spanish around me, because I probably know what you're saying.
I had some German dudes do that once in my cab. They're back there jabbering away in Deutsch, and as they're getting out of the car, it's like, yeah, Auf Wiedersehen, mein Herren.
I worked when we lived in the Los Angeles area. I was in the company I worked for. We had satellite offices and hotels, so I'm working in the hotel and pulling, an overhead projectors. Yes. And I was on the elevator with a couple of housemen who were speaking Spanish, and they were talking about me as I'm pulling my overhead projector on and off the elevator. And, I recognized enough to know that it was very derogatory, but also a compliment. So as I got off the elevator with my overhead, I just looked at the fella and I said, "Thank you, I guess." And he turned as red as a tomato, and he's like, but word spread that be careful, she speaks Spanish.
But to say Judy Tenuta is applauding you from beyond the grave for your.
So, but after that, I'll tell you what, it was the housemen there were so helpful to me. They were very gracious. They really appreciated that I would try and speak Spanish, you know, and they were very kind and generous and really made up for the derogatory statement their coworker had made. But, you know, and I used to be in my 20s, so I wasn't an old lady then.
The shockingly offensive reference that you relish in this modern age. Yeah, I get it. And yeah, why not?
Do you remember Lisa Goich, Andy?
What's that?
Do you remember Lisa Goich?
Oh yeah.
She when that video came out remember the girl in New York that had a camera and she was going around all the construction sites and she was just basically recording how she was treated by the men.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
The cat call video. Yeah.
Yeah. So the cat call video. So Lisa posted about that. She says, "Oh yeah, I can't wait till this girl gets to be about 20 years older and she can't wait to get called." What happened?
Yeah, I don't know. Frankly, I never appreciated it. I never did. Never. Not once. You know.
Well, I just having been in prison, it's like, well, how was I supposed to get candy? I mean,
I couldn't understand boys that would, you know, put their brakes on suddenly and leave skid marks on the pavement. Like, you know, I'm standing there with gravel in my hair and teeth like I'm supposed to be, ooh, I want that guy, you know?
Yeah.
No.
I've said that many times,
you.
Susan, but that's the difference between you and me. You know, like they say.
Well, I mean, it's the guys think that women are attracted to the cars. I don't think that's the case.
Well,
I think they're attracted to somebody that can make a car payment. Is what they're.
There you go.
There's that. But I mean, in this modern age, do you get any near the same cachet from some guy coming up, making a somewhat suggestive mark, and then getting on his rent by the mile electric scooter, and attempting to peel out? I don't know. I think not. I think that's. I don't know.
I think more of the young girls are excited about the size of your phone. It's like so.
That's a good joke.
Do they want the smaller phone or the larger phone?
I think they want.
Well, they say smaller, but
operate the phone. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
They say size doesn't matter, but come on. If there were any truth to that, you see a whole bunch of dudes with cell phones the size of billboards. Thrash. So I don't know. I mean, the Susan isn't right here. How dare you go down this? My goodness, you guys are bad men. I on the other hand,
yes, you are
maintaining the highest level of decorum. Thank you very much.
I was talking about a phone.
Yeah, none of the rest. And Andy, before you get all high and mighty, you're the only one that has a clock on the show that we mentioned the time that the. that the double entendre reference.
Yeah, 8:43 and 25 seconds.
So you talked about Mexico.
Did you
talk about the guy that was shot and killed? He was 21 years old at Mar-a-Lago.
We did not talk about that. We did not talk about that guy.
His initials were ATM. I guess not a good day for withdrawal, was it?
You know what? You know who's getting the heat on this whole thing is Cass Patel says we're going to investigate this thing thoroughly, and he had to say it from his party with the hockey team.
Yeah.
yeah. He's kind of in trouble
with the hockey team
for using government airplanes and things. I don't know.
My favorite.
Well, the women's team isn't going to go to the White House, but the men's team haven't made a decision yet. So.
Well, when you try and get near the president, when you cross various lines and you're armed and you have a can of gas, I've got to tell you,
the president
wasn't even there. He was in Washington.
Doesn't matter. It does not matter.
The guy that was stalking him on his golf course just got sentenced to life in prison.
Yeah, but was he really trespassing? I mean, maybe they maybe he was walking with a gas can because he ran out of gas.
You're not going to go out of
They
your way
yanked him into Mar-a-Lago.
You're not going to go out there and just zorch someone who's nearby. I mean, there is a lot of issues that go on when you actually kill somebody. It's I doubt that. No, he
bought the gun on the trip down from Virginia or wherever he was from.
I mean, Lee Harvey Oswald was just going to the book depository just to read and catch up, right? I mean,
yeah.
Come on.
I gotta think Washington is an easier place. No, never mind. I'm gonna shut up.
Well, the way they've done all these other investigations, Epstein and Alex Preddy and Renee Good and so forth. I'm not convinced that.
And Ashley Babbitt and the guy who got blown away.
I don't.
Pennsylvania
I'm not so
behind
sure
Trump.
This is very straightforward. That he was actually, where he.
Well, you know what? Every murder, every assassination is being questioned now. Even that Kirk guy.
He's not around to speak for himself. He was 21 years old. He was carrying a gas can. That says to me he ran out of gas. They don't say did it have gas in it or was it empty?
Did you have to bring a shotgun?
Did they plant the shotgun on him?
Do you have evidence that
I don't know.
Again, dude. You're putting out there that they're planting it. Now, do you have extraordinary claims?
Had reported him missing. Well,
extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. We can agree to that.
Hopefully there'll be a real investigation, not one of these, You
mean like the one that got let Ashley Babbitt's murderer off the hook, right? That the cop who had lost his gun in the men's room before, but that's okay. Yeah, he's and whose wife, by the way, is involved in fraudulent daycare allegations in Virginia.
How about the kids locked up in ICE detention
every daycare is fraudulent.
For
how about the
8 months or more?
How about the fact that the Clintons commuted the sentence of the Puerto Rican terrorists that bombed New York all through the 70s, and they commuted their sentence on the way out the door? Or the Jimmy Carter let loose the Puerto Rican terrorists that fired on the floor of the United States Congress during Harry Truman's administration. How about the guy who
I don't remember that one.
Neither do I. It happened before we were
none
alive.
None of us were alive.
But
none of us were alive at that point. But I guess when I bring it up, that's
happen.
Are we going to
look at one of the ones we talked a lot about in college was
Chester
Salvador Allende.
We're back to Lindbergh, maybe now. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah. CIA, there goes Mark. Mark, come back.
The CIA or something had announced Salvador Allende had committed suicide.
In this modern age, there is so much going on. Can any of us really absorb all of it? I mean, I have, my friend, I don't want to drop names, but
I will say one thing, though, on a positive, that I was surprised that the Supreme Court knocked down his ability to put on tariffs.
Yep, that was.
I think he knew that from the beginning he probably wasn't going to stand up. And also the purpose of doing all that was really trying to get money out of the economy because too much cash in the economy is what's helping to cause inflation. The definition of inflation is too many dollars chasing too few goods. The thing is, how do you get that out? Reagan, way back in the 80s, tripped off one of the worst and deepest recessions in American history, causing all kinds of pain. But it did stop inflation. But, I mean, for those, and we were alive for this one, we all remember when getting a job at Kmart for $2.50 an hour was like, yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, 1980, 81, absolutely. What do you mean picking up pop bottles isn't a career choice? I mean,
Susan and I used to pick up bottles.
Yeah, we used to.
When we went at Wayne State University, when we went there in the late 70s and early 80s.
Again, you and Mark both are so familiar with
Can
Detroit
I tell you something about these
and its ups and downs? You actually lived in the midst of it.
Yeah. Do you know what the deposit was for a bottle?
Mark, we can't hear you, Mark. Something's wrong.
Am I on mute?
I can hear him.
I can hear you.
The deposits were 10 cents back then too, but we would get between $20 and $40 a week in returnables, and that was our rent was $210 a month. So $40 went really a long way.
Good.
I can't hear Mark, so I'm going to bip out and come back in, guys. Okay.
All right. Well,
Okay.
All right.
I wonder what happened with his.
But yeah, we really did well with deposit returns. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I think they still do live on the deposits. They're thinking about dropping it now. I was listening to the radio.
I'd rather they increase it.
Yeah, personally,
Also, it's only for beer and soda. Water bottles, nothing. Iced tea.
If you
nothing.
buy lemonade in that same
if it's not,
there's no deposit.
If it's not carbonated, they don't put a deposit on it. Why don't they make it for all?
Right,
bottles?
It's the letter of the law.
Yeah, I would rather keep it on and expand it to other bottles.
Yeah, in California
they
do
25
water bottles or something.
Increase it to 25 cents to make up for the inflation. Come on.
Yeah.
Or just make it 2.5 cents, but make it on everything. Water bottle.
Or make everybody get under a spigot and open up the spigot and drink. So you don't have any.
I'm curious about why there isn't anything on the glass jars and stuff like that.
There should be.
There's still glass jars. There's still stuff out there. All recyclables should have something. So
I agree totally.
Oh, I can hear him again. Okay. You
How
guys
about Russia attacking Ukraine? Did you talk about that?
Nope.
No, that's getting scary.
We read the poem.
I think there are over 3 million people displaced in Ukraine.
And up to 1 million dead on both sides.
Started.
Neither side is winning in that, and it's just bullshit now.
Everyone's losing.
Everyone's losing, and Trump wants to be the hero. And it'd be nice if we had somebody like Carter that didn't want to be the hero and just wanted to get things done.
Yeah.
Well,
frankly, it's you just gotta get Putin to stop. It's him. It's like so.
It's also a good example why you never give up your nuclear weapons. We
lost Mark
for whatever
again.
reason talked the Ukrainians into the Ukrainians doing exactly that, even though they weren't really theirs. They were Russian weapons stationed on their territory. But we did promise in them giving up their weapons that we would guarantee their security.
Yeah.
And how's that working out?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Did you get to?
I can't hear any of you guys. Sorry, guys. I'm going to bip out again. It's a complete disaster here. I'll be back in a bit.
All right. Okay. Did you cover former Prince Andrew, now Andrew Mount Butthead? What's his name?
I don't think we went all the way to where you want to go. We were just kind of looking at it like, oh, Prince Andrew. But yeah, we could go definitely down that road. The Epstein. How many things? It's like the Epstein.
Yeah, it's not even about the pedophilia crap and human trafficking. It's about sharing state secrets. So, one other reporter pointed out, well, Al Capone went to jail for taxes, so you got to get them on something.
Oh yeah, even on criminal stuff. But there's so many people are going down over like in England, like the Prime Minister, one of the guys they chose. Everybody has an Epstein connection, and it's like along with Prince Andrew, but they're at least being fired. Nobody here is being fired. It's like nobody.
I think the bigger story is the cover up. You got the sex trafficking, human trafficking, the illicit behavior with the minors and all of that. But then there's this whole other side that's the cover up, and that's eventually
there are like 1,400 girls that were involved in all this.
Yeah, and then there's a Michigan connection to Epstein. I don't know if you heard, and I don't have a lot of details, but Interlaken, the music camp, apparently Epstein was a huge donor and was trafficking young girls from Interlaken music camp.
I knew there was something wrong.
I always knew that place was corrupt. I always knew. Everybody that came out of there always just had this big head, and they always thought they knew everything about what was going on and everything. Those music. I hated it.
Interlaken has a stellar reputation for being this wonderful camp. I've belonged to organizations that helped provide scholarships to send kids to Interlaken, and here Epstein was funding their program and using it as an in to traffic
Interlaken?
girls. Interlaken, yeah.
So that's
This makes me want to vomit. I'm glad I went to Blue Lake Fine Arts Camp. Not as well known as Interlaken.
Yes, but the name Blue Lake should have been a warning sign.
How do you like that segue?
wow.
How did I do, Mark?
You did great.
Hey, it got 3 of my kids and my granddaughter into the church pews. Yay!
Yeah, she did a great job too. And her sister, the music major, gave her a great critique as well.
Yeah, I sent a recording to my sister. She actually has a music degree. I do not have a music degree, but she does, and she taught piano, and she went much further in music than I ever did. But she loved my solo. So
very nice. Very nice. So, I mean, have you? You're going to do it when in? When do you go to?
June 14th.
Half
I think.
past June.
Is it the 14th? Is the 14th the day of your?
12th Sunday, whatever that second Sunday is in June. Yeah, 14th sounds right. I'll be singing at Carnegie Hall.
Nice.
Will you guys be able to?
Not solo.
Are you guys doing anything for Trump? Because that's his birthday.
Oh,
you know what?
Singing.
Why? Trump trying to put his name on Carnegie Hall too. The Trump Carnegie Hall.
Carnegie Hall. Hey, would you say YMCA, please? Thank you. Hey.
Well, while you guys are in New York, will you have a chance to go over and visit Sam? Because at that point, I think they will have taken the reveal on his headstone or not. He said they're supposed to wait like a year.
I don't know when I don't know where
pull the veil.
I don't know where his headstone's going to be. If he's going to go back to Washington or I don't know. I think it's up to his wife. It's probably up to his wife and daughter.
While you are there, after you of course attend to Miss Susan's delightful performance, maybe you could sit down with Mrs. Sam and just maybe get a little bit of a recording with her,
little interview with her. Yeah, that'd be nice.
I don't know. It's just a thought. I mean, because how often you guys get out to New York? I mean,
we go more than we used to.
We go when we can afford it.
Well,
some of the people we have to pay for our own transportation and hotel room.
Yeah.
So we're using points.
I go more than Susan goes because I've been taking kids on, and we can't take everybody at once. The only time we ever had a vacation with everybody all together is when Disney paid for it.
Well, you guys the kids are grown up. You guys can go do your thing, can't you? I mean,
sure.
I mean,
we plan on it. As soon as Susan retires, we're probably going to. She wants Hawaii, and Ireland.
I want to visit Iceland.
You can't. Why? Really?
They have horses there.
Well, Iceland. Here's what's nice about Iceland.
They have horses that have a magic 5th gate. I think they're unicorns.
Oh wow! That's the opening gate to Journey to the Center of the Earth. You gotta go down to the volcano and you go in there. That's where you start, right there.
I'm gonna go in Iceland on an Icelandic horse, and I'm going to love it. Now they do offer, some of these places offer like 2 weeks out, on the trails and so forth. And I would have loved to do that 30 years ago. I'm more content to do, maybe a couple of different rides on different days that are like the 2 hours.
Well, Iceland, you just want to see volcanoes from the car, right? Is that okay?
Iceland Air is one of the.
I would like to ride the horses and up near the volcanoes, but I'm not sure that I really want to be where the volcanoes are actually erupting. I don't know.
Well, guys,
I'd like to go in the summer when it's not very cold.
Well, I'm going to spend a long weekend in Taylor, so there you go. That'll be my.
That's almost as
But when we talk about parts of America that we've never been to, yes, I'd like to see Hawaii. It's on my bucket list, and I'd love to visit Puerto Rico as well.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So there's 3 things. I haven't been to Hawaii, Alaska, and Puerto Rico.
Yeah, I have no desire to visit Alaska, but my sister was on a cruise ship for years, and one of the cruises she did went to Alaska.
Well, it's the end of the show. Thanks for staying another hour on Monday night. I'll have to go back and look and see if anybody viewed it during the show. But we always get viewers during the week, so I think more people watch us on tape today than live. So, but we'll be back here next Monday night, 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific.
I'm sure we're big in Taiwan.
Greenwich -5, wherever you are on the planet. 5 is our show. So we'll see everybody next week. Good night, everybody.
Obrigado! Obrigado!